Hello, anyone, everyone, and no one, and welcome back to another episode of Breaking Bedrock. Today is episode 4, and I've got to confess something to you. This is not episode 4. This is actually more like episode 6. Now, somebody out there is going, What? What do you mean, episode 6? Where were the others? We're just going to call this episode 4, alright? For the last week, I have spent a lot of time, and you may have noticed that I now have a microphone that doesn't snap, crackle, and pop every time I say a word. That is a big improvement. I am happy with this improvement. This will speed up my editing process tremendously. I can't thank everyone enough. There's been tons of people on Discord, on videos that I've watched, figuring out a lot of things. I've totally changed how I record my videos. I've totally changed how my audio works, and I am really pleased with it. I really am. And hopefully this will allow me to put out better content to you so that we can have some more fun here on Breaking Bedrock. So, that being said, what else is going on? Well, we'll cover that in a minute because that is one of the lost episodes of things that have happened. But I'm torn on something here. You know, if you've watched any of my previous episodes, you know I use a custom texture pack. You know, it's got the full grass blocks, it's got the clean inventory, you know, it's the faithful inventory more or less, but all the blocks were vanilla with a few tweaks. You know, I had the full grass blocks, I had the clean redstone, I had the seamless glass. And you know, the new texture pack came out. It's available to test and try. And I was using a lot of the blocks in it, but I'm torn. I really like the feel of this. I really like the user interface of Faithful, but this feels more vanilla. This feels more right. So what do you think? I want to put a poll up here if I can figure out how to do it. I want to ask you what you think. Should we continue using the old texture pack that had the full grass blocks or anything like that? Or should we use the new, just plain default, you know, default Minecraft texture pack? Or should we take like the full grass blocks, the clean glass, and you know, like the clean redstone and apply it to this texture pack? I'm really torn on that situation. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do on that one. Would really like. That being said, I would really like your feedback on that. Where should we go with the texture pack? Should we go vanilla? Should we go with the one I got? Or should we modify and come up with our own using the new concept? I'm really torn on the inventory. I like it, but it feels so different. But some of the new blocks, the changes, yeah, I don't know, why don't I just pick the box with absolutely nothing in it? They're interesting, they're new, and I really like the feel of it. But as I said, enough talking about that for now. I'll throw up a poll to that. So what happened? What has been missed? Well, previously, that didn't get recorded because of the bad audio settings. I showed off a couple other things, which I may get to today, but I kind of want to get back on task with what I did do that kind of got destroyed and lost to the oblivion of a bad microphone, which was this. Last episode, well, it's not last episode, the missing episode, we'll just leave it at that. I built this, a bamboo and a sugarcane farm. I took this area here, I hollowed it out all the way down to bedrock. I then proceeded to build up the farms. I spent a lot of time on this, and I really enjoy this. And let me see if I can get down here without splatificating on the walls. And it works good. I am really surprised, though, at the rate that bamboo is produced. It's just mind-blowing. You know, I built these farms, built one and then the other. I completely cleared out the chest, and they've both been running at the same speed. You know, they're identical farms. Observer, piston, glowstone. Observer, piston, glowstone. But as you can see, the bamboo is just pouring out of this thing compared to the amount of sugarcane. I mean, it's just pouring it out. And that alone right there is nice for the scaffolding. Oh, I'm in love with the scaffolding. This stuff, I already love this so much. When I was building this area here, just able to navigate up, down, move out, pillar from side to side, and then all you have to do is just simply break it. It is so nice. And this right here, coupled with the mob farm over there, is going to provide me with more than enough scaffolding. And really, what else do you use bamboo for except for aesthetics, you know? And it got me to thinking, I have a kelp farm. Well, the previous inhabitant had a kelp farm up here. Here, let me just jump up there real quick. Okay, we've came up here to the top. Right here beside the iron farm, the previous inhabitant of this island had built a kelp farm. And I've dabbled into it a few times. I've grabbed some kelp, smelted it down, made it into kelp blocks. And it's good, kelp's a good fuel. But at the same time, you have to craft it, and I want a more or less free fuel source. And what I was thinking about doing, which the more I think about it, the more we're probably going to do it today, is I want to take the bamboo from the bottom down there because that thing is just producing so much. I want to pipe it up, have a small bamboo storage system here where so much is saved, and then after that, I want to knock out this whole wall here. I want to knock out this wall, and I want to build a not a major, insane, crazy super smelter here, but I do want to use a smelter off of it. And I think I want to take and do something unique to Bedrock and do a smelter that's more or less like a piston feed type because, Bedrock, you can push furnaces. You can push a lot of things that you can't do in Java Edition. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to figure out how to pipe that up to here, gather up some resources, and then we're going to start working on getting a smelter in here. So give me a moment to get everything ready, and we will be right back. Got that all. Okay, we've got that all done. I pretty much just knocked out the hoppers, rerouted them over into a drop-evader, leading them up into a water column that, yeah, I don't want to bust it. I just don't want to do it. On each side here, we've got the bamboo pouring in here, and we've got the sugarcane pouring in here. I took out the water streams down there on that side and just hopper lined it. Go down there in a little bit and do some more prettying up. But here we are. We're in the room. I did a lot of testing on what I want to do here. And honestly, it did not prove to be too promising of a result. But I'm still going to try it because, well, I said I was going to do it, and I actually want to try to do it. That's part of the fun thing about Minecraft, too, is to try to do things that shouldn't work properly. Now, that room is on the center, and that really annoys me, but let's see, where do we begin with this? I guess the first thing to start on here is I'm going to need a clock to drive this whole thing. So that's going to be my primary piston, my clock piston. Then I need to actually feed a clock to this thing, and of course the. Okay, wall down. All right, now let's get to experimenting here. I watched a bunch of different videos on this, different concepts and ideals. I played around with my own, so we're gonna kind of do a little hybrid here. So first thing we need is that sticky piston to go in the right spot, for one. And we need a way to activate this system, the clock, and be able to turn it off at the same time. So if we... Okay, that gets that. And let's put a... Facing the wrong way, Really? Don't do that to me right now. Come on. Come on. I already look like a fool every time I do redstone on camera anyways. Let's just not make it any worse. Alright, so now, when that goes up, you'll get a 1-tick pulse out of here, which at that point will come around. So prepared for this, obviously. But right. Alright, and bit of a that and that. And if I... Okay, oh, way too fast, obviously. And let's try again. Maybe. Okay, so got that part in. Now we need to... Next one. Think. Maybe I'm trying to overcomplicate this. Just maybe. When I did this in creative, I used a lot bigger furnace array. But the problem I kept running into is as the furnaces were going along, they would run out of bamboo because it takes 3 pieces of bamboo per block. So I've opted for a smaller furnace array, but I used observers. It was a monstrosity of a build. I have a tendency to do stuff like that, that is for sure. I'm really debating, do I need to do that craziness here? I mean, I could just tie straight into the clock. It's not like this is going to be seen. This is all going to be behind, and we're going to get a wall set up out here up front, hiding everything. So I'm thinking that that may be the way to go. Okay, crude test number 1. Just straight redstone going straight to each of them. Okay, that's got to be delayed. Crude test number 2. Have removed the glass. Have now set up redstone dust on the blocks. Moved the glass over here too. Brought it up here, so it should come down here, power this piston first. Go down and power that one just after. And then this one should power. In theory, this should work. I went ahead and added in the next furnace. And test. Test. Oh, that looks promising. Seems like there's a double fire going on there. And it's quite noisy, but I don't really care. I just want to see if it'll function. So now we need to run the bamboo. This is going to get fun. Now the whole idea of this is I'm not going to do a bulk storage, but I want to feed bamboo into all of them as this just kind of sits here idly. So the whole system will eventually fill up. And when it gets started and activated, a bunch of them will have bamboo in them. So yeah, let's get this hooked up. Have I ever mentioned that I have a tendency to not do things very efficiently? It would definitely cause a problem in a moment. So what to do here? I took the hopper line, which was starting to get backed up with bamboo, which is kind of the point. This thing is going to be passive, you know, it's just going to kind of fill up when nobody's here. And I wrapped it around. I had to move the redstone again. And I just got it feeding all the way over here. Now when it gets all here, once the furnace is full, the hopper will fill. Next one, which will lead in and fill this one up. So there will be a reserve, which is good because, you know, just to smelt 1 stack of blocks in there, it's going to take 3 stacks of bamboo. So we'll have bamboo in reserve. So as that thing runs, these will all fill up, slowly fill up the whole system. And I'll probably continue that line around over here to have a secondary storage in case I need to add fuel in manually. But I think this will work. I do not expect it to work right now because it has nowhere near enough bamboo in the system to power everything. Probably won't even be able to smelt 1 item. Let's see. Fired it up. And we're going to sit here and watch this for just a minute. See if any of the furnaces go out before they get... Are you staying lit? Is that enough? Really? I'm actually shocked. Honestly. I guess because it's on a little bit more of a delay, it's actually getting a chance to fill them all up. Which is shocking. I built something that worked. Like, pretty much the first time. This is unheard of. Uh-oh. How'd you go out? Oh, because you're done smelting already. Alright. Okay, yeah, let's clean this area up. I'm not gonna mess with it if it's working. Okay, we got this all sorted out. I kind of went with the feel that I went out here. I don't even know what kind of build palette you would even call this. It's just, I don't know, random. I really like it though. Just kind of closed it all in. I As you can see, you can only see 5 furnaces. A couple are behind the walls, and I'm fine with that. And so I went back here. If you can see there, I've got some additional chests on the side here. I AFK'd here for about an hour, and in case you don't know, in Bedrock Edition, one of the best ways to AFK without getting kicked on a realm, instead of using water and eating up hunger, is just jump in a minecart. Just jump in a minecart, open chat, and you don't even have to worry about getting kicked out. It's really handy. But I AFK'd here for about an hour, and as you can see, within the hour, all of the hoppers have totally filled up. So I brought the chain around and fed it over into this chest array over here, so it's kind of like a little bit of extra storage. Now when this whole system fills up, you can't see it, but over here the water stream comes up right about there. Now this first hopper here points out and goes this way, but once this whole system backs up, then instead of going that way, because that hopper will be full, the kelp has nowhere to go but to the next hopper, which actually leads into this chest right here. Now I emptied all this out. I did quite a few test runs with this, and it's not super amazing, but I really like it. Like, let's see here. If I make some stone bricks here to smelt down into cracked stone bricks, and I turn this on, did I? Yep, that's all stone bricks. It's a little bit loud, but it works. It works. It's not amazing. I have plans for a bigger smelter in the future. This is just kind of something so that I can get rid of those out there. But I would like to know your feedback on here. What do you think of this area? It feels like it needs something else to me, but I can't isolate what it is. I really think the clear glass is going to come back. You know, I've been playing with the new vanilla texture pack today, and it's really growing on me. I like it, but I think there's a couple tweaks in order, like the glass. I'm not a big fan of the glass, and I'm not a big fan of the redstone. I really like the clean redstone, but the rest of it I'm really enjoying. And it's kind of like the tools and the whole inventory items. I didn't think I would like it, but I'm really starting to enjoy it. I'd like feedback on the texture pack, and I'd like feedback on this room. But what this is going to allow me to do now that I got that, is to actually get these out of here, because they are nothing but eyesores up here. I am tired of these things sitting here. Now, in a couple episodes, we will probably build another smelter. I've got a world downloaded that I've been messing around with, and I really like it. Matter of fact, it's a adaptation of the smelter that Cubfan himself built on Hermitcraft this season, the Impatient Man smelter. And yeah, I just want it, because that's insanity. I mean, you can smelt a whole inventory of items in a matter of, just a couple minutes. So I really want to work that out. I've got a downloaded version, like I said, but it's got a couple quirks in it, and it's annoying trying to figure out what's wrong with them. Something else that's going to have to come up here soon is sorter. This is getting crazy. It's getting crazy. I can't find nothing. I mean, I try relatively well to keep my ender chest organized, but just from today alone, what I've done over here with this smelter. There's 2 double chests full of random items. There's still double chests over there. There's double chests back in behind there. I've really got to get a big sorter system going, so I think that's going to be coming up here soon. But, I think that's just gonna... Hey. What? Can I use that? What? How come I can... Oh, crossbows. Crossbows are becoming a thing. Yep. Alright, let's get up here and get an aerial view of this nighttime, and of course I'm going to end it just about how I always do. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to drop a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.